On the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
On first down, it's Carter, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run the counter, Carter, and he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Miller from the gun on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Briggs. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
90, Wolf.
Miller now looking to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Miller operating from the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Go. 50, plant. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, exit.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got the hook up with Conley. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Recon, 152 fighter. Hey, over.
2nd and 3. Caught here by Conley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll run on first down. Barnett, and he fumbles. fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
That's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our ball.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the gun on third down, Miller looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 105 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration, because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
On second down now, Linton, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football, but these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
2nd and 13. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st down, Linton. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, the 30, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this 1st half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number 1, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this 2nd one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. We'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try the left side. It's Barnett, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it second and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Second and 6. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From 6 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And here now come the Falcons. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
You might be getting tired of seeing me. Go. Ready.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Go. 8-3. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Watch
Miller on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Briggs. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we're at, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Go now. 60 Pittsburgh. First down. Go. Greystone, travel. Hey, Sam off.
They'll run on first down. It's Barnett, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he's going to go down again.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
So what did you say earlier, my man? You said one big play away from getting back in this game. And guess what? There it was.
Yeah, we talked about it. That despite the scoreline, they were that close on the road, and boom, there you go.
Well done, Nostradamus.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Miller. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Miller. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw. Miller. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get him down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richards. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Miller now to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
Yes, we often into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and the return will stop right around the 25. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, Linton, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Linton. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Barnett, and he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. On 3rd down, Linton, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Right back to him on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in a big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, He was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than...
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And this one is right through. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Elsewhere, they're into the fourth at FedEx Field. So now the Panthers down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. The Falcons have it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things